40 years later, in 2007, Acts Church followed the call of God to be a light to the downtown Waco community. The warehouse would once again be a place of refuge, this time a spiritual refuge. On May 6, 2008, we were crying out to the Lord about His plans for this building. His word to us was this: I give you this building, and I intend to fill it. We have trusted Him to do just that, and we are watching and waiting as He fulfills His word. As God continues to grow our church, we are preparing to renovate the warehouse portion of our building into a new sanctuary. During a time of corporate prayer and fasting, God told us that Acts Church would be as a small nation and that we would have 1,000 children. When the new sanctuary opens, our current sanctuary will be renovated to build about 10 classrooms for children's ministry. That will free up space upstairs for youth ministry and adult equipping rooms. A multi-purpose room just outside the sanctuary will be used for communion every Sunday before service. It will also be a gathering place for visitors to connect with members afterwards. This room will also be used as a prayer center and for smaller events or services. When we established Acts Church in downtown Waco, we knew God was calling us to build a church that resembled heaven. The Lord is calling us to be a people that gather around Him, that come together as one with Him in the middle. Our new sanctuary will seat over 800 people and will be built in the round, with seats encircling a round stage. This is to remind the church that Jesus is the center, and that we are a body that revolves around Him. We have faith that God will continue to build our church and provide for our financial needs to build this new sanctuary. Acts Church is debt-free and will continue to be. God will provide the means to build the sanctuary. We will set our eyes on Him and continue to walk in obedience toward His purposes. As God says in the book of Isaiah, "Is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen, to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke? Is it not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wanderer with shelter? When you see the naked, to clothe him and not turn away from your own flesh and blood? Then your light will break forth like the dawn, and your healing will quickly appear. Then your righteousness will go before you, and the glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. Then you will call, and the Lord will answer. You will cry for help, and He will say, 'Here am I.' If you do away with the yoke of oppression, with the pointing finger and malicious talk, and if you spend yourselves in behalf of the hungry and satisfy the needs of the oppressed, then your light will rise in the darkness, and your night will become like the noonday. The Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land and will strengthen your frame. You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail. You'll use the old rubble of past lives to build anew. Rebuild the foundations from out of your past. You'll be known as those who can fix anything. Restore old ruins. Rebuild and renovate. Make the community livable again."